I don't use Instagram. I'm a bit old fashioned, to be honest. Yeah. Is the number okay? I'll shoot you a text if you're free later or tomorrow or something. I'll let you know. Okay, it's nice to meet you. Bye bye. Take care.
Hey guys, what is up? It's Sebastian here with Leading on Attraction. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to overcome the fear of rejection, how to handle rejection so that you can get the most out of your approaches, so that you can become more confident as you go on your journey in day game. First of all, just introducing everybody, my name is Sebastian. I'm a dating coach for men. I've been doing this for about 5-6 years with a lot of success. You can check out a link to my website with all of my testimonials, some of my infields. It's in the description. To my left, I've got Andy, somebody who's also very, very experienced in day game. He's actually a coach on my team. And of course, we got Max as well here, and he is also a coach on my team. Now, the first important thing about rejection is to just accept the fact that it's going to happen. I think we can all agree that each one of us has been rejected, right?
Hundreds and 200 times at least.
Yeah, you got to you got to accept you're gonna get rejected. You've got to accept that it's no matter how good somebody gets, no matter how comfortable you're gonna get with yourself, rejection is just a part of this process. It's a part of the game. We all have like really bad rejections, right?
100%.
Like terrible rejections, and we're still here. We're still doing this. We're still getting results. We're still getting laid. Another thing about rejection, I think that a lot of guys don't understand is, again, guys, jump in, but I think it's a part of what makes you grow in this skill. Like literally, if we didn't get rejected, we probably wouldn't be as good as we are.
I think the key here is getting comfortable with uncomfortable situations. That's key here.
I mean, it's the same thing in life in general, right? It's always you learn through kind of suffering, right? So you need to fuck up some shit to get better at things and like to build some kind of resilience.
I think a lot of guys also think that it's worse than what it actually is. It's not as bad as it looks. It's not as bad as you're making it out in your head. Right? It never is. It's always far better to do it than not to do an approach. Like I personally always felt better doing an approach than resisting and then not doing anything.
Oftentimes in the past, you see this beautiful woman crossing your street. You look at her, she probably looks at you, you've got the eye contact, and you just turn yourself around and think about the situation that you have not approached her. You have not taken the chance to meet a beautiful woman. And once you go out and talk to her, even if it's a rejection, you feel so much better. You feel so much more confident because you just took your chance. And that's the most important thing to understand. At least shoot your shots, even if it's a rejection. Every rejection makes you stronger, more confident, and more cool with the situation being rejected. Life oftentimes pushes you down on your knees, but the key here is to understand, like, how oftentimes are you willing to stand up and do it again?
And I think what we're talking about here ultimately is a mindset shift. If you can see it as something like a way to get to where you want to get to, a passageway that you have to walk through, then you're going to see it in a positive light. You're going to see it as progress, and then you can start getting real results. Unless you can do that and then have the balls, like you just need the balls, right? At the end of it, you
100%.
need to have the balls to just approach. But if you watch this video and then you watch another video and then another video, then another video, you're going to forget that you watched this video. You're not going to take action. So you need to literally write down a specific goal. After watching this video, I'm going to go out and I'm going to speak to 3 women. I'm just going to pay them a compliment. If you can do that, you've got the balls to then get better and better and better. It's going to be a daily habit, and then you're going to start enjoying it.
100%. And what I would like to add is to always remember the moment you said hi, you already won. No matter what happens, like the moment you said hi, you already won, because who actually would have the balls to do that? Like nobody's doing that. So if you're the guy going up there saying hi, bro, you already won. Like everything that comes afterwards is bonus. You know, if you have a cool conversation with her, that's bonus. If you collect her Instagram, that's bonus. If you go on a beautiful adventure with her afterwards, that's bonus. But the moment you said hi, you already won. And it's important for you also to frame it like this. Also, when you have like a rejection after you approach, frame it for yourself like, damn, that was amazing. 1,000 out of 10. I did it. Like, who would have the balls to do that? And I think that also helps you to like reframe rejection as something positive instead of something negative. Maybe on some days you will have bad days where you collect a lot of rejections. This can bring you down and bring you into an downward spiral where you think like, I'm like not feeling it today, or today is like a really shit day. And then you even start over analyzing things more. You get into this downward spiral. So try to reframe it and see it as something good. Actually, you for every no, you get closer to the yes.
I do not remember like a lot of my rejections. You actually remember the wins, remember the good stuff, and the rejections. Okay, they might hurt a little bit, they might sting a little bit at the beginning, but life goes on. At the end of the day, it's just a conversation, and a lot of the time, rejection isn't even personal. Especially if it's like, a girl just rejects you at the beginning. Okay, maybe she's in a rush, maybe she has a boyfriend, maybe she has a husband, maybe she's a lesbian. We don't know. If you have the right mindset, it doesn't actually affect you that much. It just makes you stronger.
Something that's super super important in the journey of talking to women and start being social is having a mindset of outcome independency. You basically don't care what happens afterwards, and you don't put yourself any pressure on that you want to achieve a specific result in this conversation. Just genuinely go out to her. If you see her, just compliment her very smoothly in a very personal way and see where it goes. If it will become a nice romance, it's amazing. But if it's just a quick 5 minute conversation or even like 1 minute conversation, hey, it's totally fine. It happens.
We see beautiful women on Instagram, we see beautiful women online, we see beautiful women in movies. Guys just watch a lot of porn, which also doesn't help. And we put women on a pedestal. We immediately think that we're below them, just because they're beautiful. And a lot of the time, beautiful women want to be approached. We've all approached beautiful women who have given us some of the best reactions out of all the girls we've approached. When you start understand these are just human beings, just like you, just like me, we all got our own insecurities, we all got our own things that we're anxious about. Some of them aren't even great in social situations, right? So they act awkward as you're approaching them. When you realize that and you kind of stop pedestalizing people, that's when real connection happens. But that can only happen after you accept that rejection is just a part of the process. Without taking any action, you're absolutely never going to improve. You're going to keep watching dating content, you're going to keep watching infields, and you're going to do fucking nothing with it. And that's the biggest mistakes that guys make. They watch infields for a year, 2 years, 3 years. They're experts on the game, and then fucking nothing happens. They don't get laid. Another problem is guys think that getting money is going to get them laid. They're only going to be valuing you because of the money that you bring to the table. If you want to have this kind of a transactional relationship with women, that's cool. This video isn't really for you. But if you're somebody who wants to have genuine connections, have women actually like you for who you are, then you got to take this advice on board. You take this advice on board, trust me, you're going to start seeing results.
Something that's really really important, especially like when we move into the 10 game, like approaching very beautiful hot chicks. They've got crazy sensors on the authenticity level that you bring. You have to imagine the world of a hot girl, like a hot girl's reality. How does it look like? Probably 5 times per week she will be approached. She got approached on the street and she immediately feels that the guy wants something from her. So the needy behavior kicks in here, and there is the automatic firewall response by the woman that she's immediately not interested in the guy. So you have to be authentic, you have to be cool, and coming back, looping in into the topic of being outcome independent here is super super crucial. And how to achieve that is only by repetition. You have to do it every fucking single day. If you miss a day, then do double on the next day. Trust me, like if you're gonna do that for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months, your game will immediately change because you're absolutely comfortable to be surrounded by a beautiful woman.
When we were beginning, we were literally approaching every fucking day. And that's why we got better much faster than people who just did it a couple of times, dropped out for a couple of weeks.
Maybe
Then-
even drunk.
Yeah.
That's an excuse.
Yeah, that's a
Being
fucking
drunk
excuse.
to be social, it's bullshit.
It's bullshit. You don't need to be drunk to be social. You just need to be comfortable with yourself, and you need to be comfortable with being outcome independent rather than hoping that somebody likes you. Because that's when it never fucking works. When you're hoping that someone likes you, what are they immediately gonna do? Well, they're gonna dislike you because they can see that neediness. They can feel it.
Yeah.
They can sense that you're not being authentic, that you're not being yourself, that you're not being confident. It's literally just repetition and a positive outlook on what you're doing. If you can achieve that, you're going to get results. I think that brings us to the end of the video. I think we've covered kind of this topic. If you enjoyed it, leave it a like, subscribe to this channel because we're going to have more videos like this in the future. And we're going to have infield approaches of ourselves doing game and showing you how it's done. So it's going to be a lot of value for you. So stick to the channel. If you want a one-to-one free dating strategy call, click the link in the description. We can have a conversation. I will tell you exactly 5 steps that you should be taking to improve your dating life and to get results within the next 30 days. All right, that's it for this video. Peace out.